So rather than spending 90 minutes playing video games, which nothing's really going to come from it other than you self-soothing, go make some money and we'll both be in better moods.
I'm dead. I'm just loving the idea of like, hey, babe, I'm sorry about what I said. I have a new solution. I'm going to come home every day from work. Just let me sit in the office. I'm going to stare at the wall for 90 minutes.
That's what I'm saying,
how
though.
to make us more money.
I would love that.
No, of course you would love that, but I'm just saying that's so funny. I thought you were going to... I mean, that my first mistake. I never know what the hell you're going to say, but...
The beautiful thing is we're all human. This all happens.
You can do whatever you want. There's consequences, but do whatever you want.
People are going to do what they want to do.
100%.
Bottom line.
The baby's crying and the dog's barking. I'm like, you're bad. Welcome to Two Girls, One Thread. Okay, I'm asking all these things. If you can guess, because today's episode of Two Girls, One Thread, what's the topic? It's Reddit, am I the asshole? And guess what? The answer to almost everybody, in my opinion, yes. Do better. But this is a optimistic, positive podcast, all about being good and thumbs up. And so we are going to try to help guide the masses, right, Gav?
Always.
Okay, you want to kick us off?
Okay, sounds good. Am I the a-hole?
Are you doing that because you have like a swear jar going, or is it just because you would have to bleep it out anyway?
It's because I have to bleep it out.
Okay, so I can help you out with that. It just makes me feel like I'm at like vacation Bible school.
Completely.
Okay, I just want to check.
Just self-censoring, I guess, off the bat for that algorithm.
Okay.
My husband wakes me up multiple times every night.
What?
I, 40, female, am very health conscious, and I like to go to bed early, around 9:30. I have a young child and like to ensure that I get enough sleep even when woken early. My husband, 39 male, chooses to go to bed a bit later. I don't mind when I wake up when he comes to bed, but lately he's decided that he needs to turn the bright overhead light on every time he comes to bed so he can get himself ready to sleep. He used to just use the flashlight on his phone, but says he doesn't want to feel like he has to tiptoe around. This is an issue for me because not only does it wake me up, but makes it more difficult to fall back to sleep because I'm more fully awake. He also refuses to put his phone on Do Not Disturb mode at night. I'm not even sure why, but just flatly refuses. I know it's very simple to set your phone up to accept messages and calls from certain numbers, and I don't know why this would not be an option for him. It usually goes off at least once or twice a night. It wakes me up, though it does not seem to bother him. I've become increasingly frustrated with the multiple wakings, and I've definitely yelled at him during the night. I find it disrespectful to another person who is a light sleeper to not take small, simple steps to help them sleep better. He sees this as me trying to control him. I have always been a light sleeper, and sleep has always been an issue between us. AITA.
Okay, so obviously the husband is the a-hole. Somebody, you're coming in to get ready for bed after I just took care of your kid all day, and then you're gonna blast me with the lights. Go put your little nasty pajama pants somewhere in the hall, or go put a little, go get your things ready. You don't need to change. Why does he need to come into the room? Like, go into the bathroom, go brush your teeth, and then put on whatever. Why does he need the light on? It just sounds like he wants attention from his wife. He doesn't know how to ask for it, or he's mad. So he's giving like negative bids for attention. It's like, it's very passive aggressive, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And just like so disregarding of her own energy and experience. Like, I feel like, let's say he comes in at 12:30, 1:32.
Right.
You're now 3 or 4 hours into your sleep.
Yes.
It's so jarring to have someone like rip the light on.
No, that is bizarre and unacceptable. And that's why I'm saying I think there's definitely something bigger that's going on, because he is being super passive aggressive, and even not putting the phone, like turning the notifications on or putting it in Do Not Disturb. I mean, famously, I have my phone in Do Not Disturb 24/7. That's a personal choice. So this could never be me. But it seems like he wants negative attention. He wants to like rile her up. He's mad at her. Is he like trying to get her to break up with him? Like, it's just weird. It's giving a weird backhanded passive aggressive.
Completely. And I mean, I don't know why I don't mess with do not disturb. So I get that, but put your phone on silent. Like, unless you had young kids or like family members who are going through some medical crisis where they need on demand, you answering the phone, put it on silent.
Right.
That's insane to me.
Is he sober?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that is a question. And then the other question is, when are they having sex? Is that what he's upset about?
I mean, he can't be, if that's how you're approaching wanting to have sex.
I mean, men have done crazier things. I mean, that could be what this protest behavior actually is about. That's my new working theory right now, is like, he's pissed because they're not having as much sex. And maybe she said like, come to bed with me, or come to bed at 9. And then he's like, I don't want to, because I want to stay up and play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And have a couple of White Claws.
The Claw Daddies.
And then now he's got blue balls. So he stomps around like a little toddler in the middle of the night to try to wake his wife up, to remind her why she doesn't want to have sex with him to begin with.
Let's see some of these comments. This 100% NTA, but the husband absolutely is.
Yes.
I had an ex who would fuck with my sleep on purpose. Then when I was tired and exasperated from it, begging for him to just stop, then I was being controlling and picking a fight, which would prolong the whole situation, and I'd get even less sleep. It's
like, is there a thing happening that in the morning he's trying to sleep in then, and then she's disturbing him? Like, there's not direct communication happening.
Yeah. Was going to say, sir, do you understand what being in a relationship means? It means sometimes you have to give up on habits that you would have done when single for the comfort of your partner, or you may soon find yourself single again. I agree. Sleep in separate rooms. Lots of couples do so. My parents did. My going on how she had a difficult pregnancy.
And I'm sure he didn't help that situation either.
My daughter was a 4th trimester baby. She didn't sleep for 3 months and I was becoming psychotic. I begged my husband on my knees to please stay up with her for 1 night a week so I could get at least 1 night of unbroken sleep. When I was up with her, I was out of our bedroom so he wouldn't be disturbed.
Oh my God.
So of course he used weaponized incompetence and stayed in our bedroom, keeping me up as well because he wanted to stay with me. That was not the point, and I caved and ended that arrangement because it was useless to convince him that he needed to leave the room. Fortunately, she finally started sleeping after farting enormously, and then she put herself on an excellent schedule.
Oh my God. Wait, so this person's talking about sleep training a baby, and she would, when she's taking care of the baby in the middle of the night, she'll stay in the other room so that it doesn't disturb her husband, but then her husband would bring the screaming baby into their bedroom
guess so, yes.
to make it her problem as well. Holy shit.
Well, he's not really interested in your comfort, obviously. That's terrible.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything that I know anecdotally from my multitude of friends who have very small children and babies now, sleep is the thing. That's all. They are all in various ebb and flow stages of psychosis. That's like what we use to torture people.
Yeah,
sleep
of course.
deprivation. And so the kid factor, like even excluding that, just the husband and wife, if they were just living a single, no children, that would be unacceptable. But the fact that they have a kid, so it's like, it's not even your kid, your toddler coming in and waking up in the middle of the night. It's your big toddler, your husband. And I'd be going to bed even earlier because I wouldn't want to spend any time with him. I'd be going to bed about 6 p.m.
Yeah, I don't think the separate bedrooms is like that crazy of an idea for her. I think like she could even use that as like a negotiating tactic to get him to come to bed earlier.
That makes me sad though.
Yeah, for sure. But
that feels like really sad.
But if he's doing this every night,
that's the solution.
That would wind me up in such a bad mood though.
Yeah, but that
blasting the lights.
No, it's not okay. But I'm like, the solution is, so now you guys sleep in separate beds, and then soon, you know, you could sleep in an apartment in a totally different neighborhood because you don't even need to be together because you don't give a shit about each other. Like, that's insane. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So this is from Am I the A-hole? Okay. Am I the a-hole for refusing to work things out with my fiancé because my life is better now that his daughter isn't around me? I'm sorry, it's not funny. Okay. I know the title makes me look like an a-hole. I accepted that. But for full transparency, I wanted to be completely honest here. Basically, I'd been with my fiance, Matt, for 8 years. He has a daughter, 14-year-old Vivian, in quotes. I tried so hard to involve Vivian in everything. I enrolled her in all of these extracurricular programs and showed up to every single event. I spent thousands on things she wanted and needed. I brought her out for one-on-one to do girly things like get our hair and nails done or even go shopping, one-on-one dinners wherever she wanted to eat. She literally complained about everything. Every time I brought her out to eat, she complained loudly about the food being trash. Every single time we went and did our hair and nails, she would complain that it turned out bad. Complained on Christmas and asked if she had more stuff coming because she only had 16 items under the tree, literally everything on her wish list. And she, quote, was grateful but disappointed because she expected more from us. Tie this in with other things like all my stuff going missing constantly, my makeup that she had been told not to touch several times because became free game for her. My hairbrush that I also told her not to touch was always left on the counter with giant chunks of her hair in it. All her hair products and makeup sit right beside mine in the bathroom, and despite her stuff being higher quality, she still uses mine. Her stuff is higher? Okay. Literally spaced out whenever I tried talking to her about it. Her eyes would just gloss over and she would stare right through me, nod her head and say, or tell me why it wasn't a big deal and she was tired of me creating drama with her. My clothing, yeah, half that shit is missing and I would catch her wearing them and she would blatantly lie and gaslight me by saying, quote, you literally gave me this and now you're going to flip out. She just had zero respect for me and that was obvious. Her dad did absolutely step in every single time and reprimand her, but it never got better, okay? It all came to a head over a damn bowl of tuna. So my fiance and I have a 2-year-old and she's been extremely ill. I'm so busy dealing with fussiness all day and seemingly all night long that I simply forget to feed myself. So 3 days ago, I get the baby to sleep and go lounge in the living room and start making myself some tuna for crackers around 11 p.m. Vivian comes out and sees me making it. She gets herself a drink and goes back to her room. The baby wakes up, so I put my tuna in the fridge, get the baby back to sleep, and when I come out, Vivian's on the couch eating it. It was the last of the tuna, and I was starving and really craving it. I didn't eat dinner because I didn't like the meal I made for Vivian and Matt, so I snapped a bit. I asked why she would be touching my food when she already ate dinner, and she really just rolled her eyes, tossed my bowl on the counter, and slammed off to her bedroom. I immediately woke up Matt and told him I was done. Damn. Him and his daughter needed to get out of my house by the following day and go stay elsewhere. Anywho, he went to his mom's with Vivian, and holy F has my house been peaceful since they left. Matt keeps asking if he can come home and talk, but I told him I honestly just don't know if I want to work this out because my life has been nothing but peaceful without Vivian here. He keeps saying things like, you don't mean that, you love her, you've been around for more than half her life, but really, truly have come to the conclusion that I do not like that girl and I love my life now that she's not a part of it. AITA for throwing away 8 years in a very loving relationship over his kid. Sheesh. What do you think, KJ? A lot to unpack.
So they have a kid together.
That's the part that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You can't. You kind of just can't.
God, yeah.
You're kind
you can't really
fucked.
uncouple yourself,
Yeah.
like get off the ride at this point.
Yeah, you're fucked. I mean, you're gonna have to deal with him and your kid that you're raising together and the kid that you don't like also. But you can't just, right?
Yeah, no,
That's
absolutely
the sticking
not.
point.
I mean, I think in terms of Vivian, sounds like her mother's a trip.
Yes.
Let's be honest. This doesn't happen in a vacuum.
No, of course not.
She's obviously being primed.
And she's obviously pissed.
Yeah.
And she's been pissed for 7 years. Probably when they got divorced or whatever. Or,
Completely.
longer than that, actually. Yeah.
And I think probably at the core of it's what maybe she just wants some of like her dad's attention to herself.
Oh.
Is really what it stems to. And so she's kind of getting to be that age. Like I'm sure when they first met, 7's a super cute age. Like she's progressively come online more. I think teenage years for girls are notoriously so melodramatic.
Yes.
So.
But it sounds like she's been kind of a naughty girl the whole time. It sounds like she's been, I don't want to say she's a bad egg. I don't know this kid. But I'm thinking if she sat on the scale, let's go ahead and bring it back to the chocolate factory. I think she might go down the chute into the incinerator. Like, this woman sounds like she's been trying. I mean, they've been together for 8 years. The kid's 14. So she's been in this little girl's life since she was 6. So even if the divorce or the, Vivian's mom, we don't know the backstory. It could be something horrifically sad, and then that would explain all of it maybe and still not be acceptable, but maybe we would understand.
Yeah.
But it's like she's been doing all this stuff her whole life. What was interesting to me was she says every single time that the dad sees it or she brings it up, the dad consistently does reprimand the daughter.
Yeah.
So
I think at least he's a responsive partner.
Right.
Is this like Lindsay Lohan Parent Trap vibes?
This is what I'm wondering. But I'm thinking to myself, so if he's responding consistently, they've got the kid together. She's been Vivian's mom longer than she's not, right? Like more, like they've been together longer than maybe they were in the original arrangement. I'm thinking maybe family counseling, maybe like individual therapy for Vivian, maybe some like therapy for them as a group to try to figure this dynamic out. Is she mad that they had a baby together? That takes away even more attention. She feels like she's being replaced. She's not getting enough of her dad's attention. Same thing. It's like people will get attention how they're going to get it. So if you're not going to give it to them positively, they'll figure out a way to get it negatively.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So it kind of does feel like that.
I think also, too, she has to remember she is the adult in the situation.
Yes.
I think the one upside is Vivian's 14.
Yes.
She'll maybe be going to college in 4 years, at which point OP's daughter will, be 6?
Exactly.
So she still has a long road ahead.
Yes.
With this partner, and I think would have plenty of time just to play house with the 3 of them once Vivian leaves.
Right.
I think maybe you could get Vivian a puppy.
Interesting. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I feel like I went through, I just remember 13, 14 being a super difficult period for me.
Yes.
And also,
for everyone.
Also, at that point, my family got a dog, but I just became, that kind of was like a constructive outlet for me almost.
Yeah.
So maybe if she feels like she's not getting as much attention around the house with the new baby, the dog could be a fun outlet or newfound responsibility.
I feel like that would be a super fun outlet and responsibility for the right kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be for Vivian. My mind immediately is going to, she's going to not help at all. And then now this mom that's already losing it is now going to have a puppy eating all the trash, tearing things up, breaking blade teeth, pissing all over the place. And then it's actually might just be another form of contention. I mean, I think it could be something like whatever Vivian's interests are. We know makeup, hair. So if that's a thing, I mean, it sounds like she already was doing that though.
Yeah.
She takes her to get her nails done. She takes her to get her hair done, and she's not appreciative of it.
Well, I think too, once the 2-year-old gets even a year older and almost starts to talk more, it becomes more fun for people to be around a small kid then. Maybe Vivian is now kind of throwing temper tantrums. Once the new daughter is able to talk, Vivian can do her makeup, dress her up more, engage it. I don't know. I'm sure she's a super cute kid.
Right.
It's not like she's going to continue to ice out her stepsister.
Right.
Who's 3 years old and cute.
Right. You would certainly hope so. I mean, think about how well DJ and Michelle got along. That could be a really beautiful friendship in the making. But I think if she's got anything that is a sport or a club or anything that she likes to do, any hobby or activity, if I was the poster or the dad, I would be doubling down and become the most supportive person, coming to all their shit and ask them questions and, hey, have your friends come over here and try to just give as much positive attention that it's actually sickening, and she might actually not even want to be around you because it's actually annoying, which would still solve the problem. But in terms of her actual question, if we go back to it, that's pretty brutal. I mean, she gave us a lot of compelling things. I don't want to live with Vivian, but to come out, you see your 14-year-old stepdaughter that you've been raising since she was 6. She's eating your tuna when she already had dinner, whatever. And then you wake up your husband and the father of your child and say, get the fuck out and take your shitty kid too. And then he's like, hey, can I come back? And she's like, it's actually a lot better without you guys here. That is wild.
So do you think she overreacted?
Yes.
Oh, you think she overreacted?
Yes. In that moment?
Yes, I completely agree.
She woke her husband up and said, get out with your kid. And now she's like, wow, much better. And if they didn't have a kid together, she would be within her rights to do that. But it would still be an overreaction, but it'd be like, all right, fine. You know what? This isn't working. That was obviously like the final straw, but you have a kid together. So it's just kind of embarrassing because you're going to have to walk it back.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to deal with, they're coming back in the house. So the longer you keep them out, it's actually going to get a lot more awkward because now she's going to be like, wow, so you kicked me and my dad out. You threw us on the street. You know what I mean? Like she's kind of screwing herself over. I think the most obvious solution, 2 words, boarding school.
That's true.
Right into college.
Well, that's what I said. She start working on her college applications.
There you go.
Like, you know, she doesn't like the home life that much. Just start putting that twinkle in her eye of like, where do you want to go to college?
Totally.
Line up those extracurriculars, start working on the essays.
Fiji.
Pick up fencing.
Fencing is huge. Fencing could be huge for Viv. So do you think the poster is an a-hole?
I think so.
Damn.
Might be sleep deprived as a new mom, but I still think she overreacted.
I think she overreacted, but I think that she's misunderstood.
Okay.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. AITA for expecting my stay-at-home wife to do majority of housework.
Here we go.
Since I pay 100% of the bills. I work 40 hours a week and my wife stays home. She decided she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and despite me not agreeing, she did it anyway.
Okay, this is off to a great start.
I told her dual income was better because if one of us lost our jobs, we'd still be okay. But she said she didn't want to miss out on her son's elementary years. She has a 10-year-old son and I have no kids. We've been married for a year and together for 3.
Okay.
Recently, I heard her complaining to her sister on the phone that I just get home and immediately start playing video games. I later confronted her about it, and she said she expects me to do 50% of the household labor. I disagreed because on top of my 40-hour job, I also handle 100% of the finances and 100% of the car and house maintenance, like cutting the yard, trimming trees, and when something breaks. She says she's carrying a lot of mental load, and I told her I am too. She seems to think hers is more than mine, but again, I disagree. We just booked an appointment with a therapist to dive deeper, but I was wondering, AITA.
I mean, first thing that comes to mind, classic. This is a great one because literally, like, basically there's the same things happen over and over, and it's really funny that like it's so easy to see when it's not happening to you, but you just like go over and it's like people need to feel appreciated. Mental and emotional load is something that counts in addition to doing chores. There's a value of somebody taking care of the house. There's a value of somebody providing the finances. People, but the biggest thing I'm hearing is like he comes home and he needs to decompress, right? He needs to like shift from work to home. And the last thing that he wants is his old hag nagging, right? And not appreciating that he's the one that's paying for the lights and paying for the food. So it's like, it does come down to these like kind of caveman aspects. It's like the guy wants to be told, thank you for taking care of us, baby. Here's a beer. I'll leave you alone and I'll let you know when dinner's ready, right? And then she can like quietly start like taking mommy's little helpers, and like the lipstick will kind of start getting wider. And then, you know, 12 or 13 years down the road, she'll have a psychotic break. He'll cheat on her. And then it'll just be like every other situation. Sorry to paint such a rosy picture, but
Yeah,
I
I
just
guess
feel like
so.
this is so classic. Like, it's just like embarrassing at this point. Like, you have to just work that shit out before you. Like, what did he say? She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. He didn't agree, and so she did it anyway. It's like, are you guys in relationships with each other?
Well, do you think his whole premise, so like he provides 100% of the finances, so she should do 100% of the labor, is that like a fair quid pro quo?
I think that could be fair depending on the people who are involved. I'm a big proponent of if everybody's happy and they all like that, but neither of them are happy.
Yeah.
So no, it's not working. But I mean, I could see it in both ways. Like if I was paying for everything for someone, I definitely would not expect them to do everything because that's my partner. They're not my servant. And that's where it sounds like it's getting a little bit tricky with these two. But I do think that the value of like going out, being the person that's going out and providing, you should be, if they're doing 100% of that and you're not working at all, I do think you should be doing the majority of the housework for sure. But I don't think that it's reasonable. Like I don't know, maybe that would work for some people, but I wouldn't want to feel like I'm their maid.
Yeah, completely.
And like everybody needs to be capable. It's also like, it's not just about division of labor. We're supposed to be talking about a romantic relationship, right? So like, let's keep up some like, I don't know, don't you want there to be a level of like, I'm taking care of you. It's not just like a weird dad that's like yelling at his kid and saying how much the mortgage is, right? It's supposed to be like, I'm providing for you. I'm taking care of you because I want to. Because I love you.
Yes.
Because I want you to live in a comfortable way. And like from the person that's staying home, it's like, I'm doing in an ideal world, you know, it's like none of this is coming from resentment or people being forced into it. And if they have a choice in the matter, then I don't understand. Then, you know, if he doesn't want to do that, then I don't know if they should be together. Or maybe she needs to get a job, but they both sound like they're not feeling acknowledged from the other person.
Well, I'm surprised, I guess, there wasn't like more indication of just even division of labor in the 3 years they dated.
Yes.
Because I can see where a woman would be coming from.
Yeah.
That she doesn't want to codify in black and white, that she's going to do 100% of it. She wants to, obviously you want to push back in terms of the upfront negotiation.
Yes.
Just so you're not locked into that like,
yes, you're
black and white split.
Brady. Yeah, 100%.
But like I do get where he's coming from as well. I think also too, and this is why I do love dating men who grew up with sisters, is I think that if you grow up with a sister, you're a little better at emotionally, you know, massaging a woman, maybe we can say manipulating a woman. And that's kind of what it is. Like we are agreeing to be partners together, to be in marriage, to both kind of emotionally manipulate each other in the interest of building a more beautiful life together. But beautiful. Like, why does he have to come in so hot and just thumping me over the head that he won't be doing anything? You know, like I think if anything, she's making it a little bit of an issue just to make it in like, you know, the bark is worse than the bite. If he would just nod his head. Yeah. Put his dish in the sink. Exactly. Like,
I think if they both expressed appreciation for one another, it would almost actually solve everything. Like if they just were acknowledging what the other person was doing and just made same thing. Just if you even just did it as an experiment for a week, I'm just gonna clock all the positive things and say thank you for doing that and notice what you're doing and I appreciate you, and they're both doing that, because right now all they're doing is they're both being little babies and they're both being like, well, I do this, well, I do this, well, I don't want to do that, well, then go get your own apartments, and you guys can have a nice apartment that has no food in it and is dirty and disgusting, and she can go, and I don't know what she's gonna do. She's gonna have to get a job. But yeah, I just don't understand, like, why do you hate each other? Then don't be together.
And also too, I don't want to knock video games as an outlet. But I do think that feature of the story is kind of makes it difficult for me. I get that a 40-hour work week can be a lot. And I think the need for decompression can be real because work can be a little bit of a sensory deprivation tank. At the same time, I think if you wanted her to back off and maybe even agree to doing all of the housework, then present more of a compelling case. Like, I don't want to be milling around our place and then watching you sit on a headset.
God, I can't.
Like, I would be, out of my mind. Whereas now if I'm thinking about what could you be doing to decompress that would allow me to leave you alone? I don't know. It would be kind of like, babe, I want to continue building life together. I'm going to sit by myself for an hour every night and read. to further my like idea of like how I'm going to execute myself like, career wise, how I'm going to be a better professional, how I'm going to make money.
Right.
I want to make more money for us. So I'm going to come home from work and I'm going to double down and spend 60 to 90 minutes sitting in a corner thinking about how to make money. And then I'd be like, for sure, you do you.
No man has ever said that.
Really though?
I'm going to come home and decompress after work and I'm going to spend 60 to 90 minutes reading an economics book.
Even
No, I think that's beautiful.
Just stare at the corner and just think about how to make money. I would accept that more than video games.
Okay, so for you, it's the video
because
games.
Because you hear entrepreneurs all the time. If you're working full time, work it can be soul crushing.
Of course.
So you don't have your creative energies going. So really, if you're trying to do a side hustle or break out on your own, it's like anything. Basically, if you're in part-time grad school, you have to come home and sort that on your own time. So rather than spending 90 minutes playing video games, which nothing's really going to come from it other than you self-soothing, go make some money and we'll both be in better moods.
I'm dead. I'm just loving the idea of like, hey, babe, I'm sorry about what I said. I have a new solution. I'm going to come home every day from work. Just let me sit in the office. I'm going to stare at the wall for 90 minutes.
That's what I'm saying
how to make us more money.
I would love that.
No, of course you would love that, but I'm just saying that's so funny. I thought you were going to... I mean, my first mistake, I never know what the hell you're going to say, but... I thought you were going to say something like maybe the approach would be something like, hey, babe, so when I come home from work, like I want to be like my best self. I need that. I don't think you should have to do a big explanation. People need to decompress, self-soothe, whatever, separate, change the outfit. Like you're home now, relax. I actually read somewhere one time that the majority of conflict and fights between couples, there's like a high percentage will happen in transitions in the somebody coming home or leaving. It's hard for people to manage that. It brings up a lot of different stuff. So it's good for everybody if like you can know yourself and be like, I need to be alone, or like I come home and I need to like connect right away, or I need to vent, or I need to like hug you or whatever. But I thought it was gonna be something like I need 45 minutes, an hour to myself. And then I'd love to have like a ritual that connects us.
Yeah, like let's go on a walk every night together.
Right. Or maybe they could go, I have an idea. They get rid of all their furniture. They sell it. They have money. Then they get rid of everything in their apartment. It's just a sensory deprivation thing. And every night he comes home and then they stare at the wall together for 180 minutes and they think about how he can make them more money. So are they a-holes? Is he an a-hole?
I think he's going about it the wrong way. I think his delivery's off. Let's see this. Top comment. You're only married for a year. You don't have children together. Get out now. Oh. Lesson learned. Oh. Of course, these are the men.
Hashtag annulment.
She doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom. She wants to be a trophy.
Oh. What contest did she win?
Stay-at-home princess.
Stay-at-home princess. Okay, a new tattoo just dropped. Yeah, I don't know. It's giving Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
Both of them, though. Like, neither of them are really making me feel super...
Really, Cry Me a River. Like, 40 hours is not that much a week.
No, I was going to say, I was like, and all the people that are like, cool, and I come home from my 40-hour-week job, and then I go work my second job or my third job to take care of my kids, not go play a video game. Okay. Okay. This is from Reddit. AITA. Am I the a-hole for outing my aunt's bedwetting after she kept asking about my sex life? Okay. I'm 18-year-old female and am paralyzed chest down from an accident 3 years ago. I live with my older brother, and this past week, he hosted a big family reunion with multiple other relatives staying in the house. Very little privacy. The last time I saw her, my aunt would not stop asking invasive questions about my body and my sex life. I told her multiple times to stop, and she laughed and said that since my care affects the whole family, it does not. It's not really private, which is bullshit. Then, on Saturday night, she stayed over and wet the bed. I know because she asked my brother about laundry and he found out about it and told me. No one else knew. I, of course, wasn't planning on telling anyone because obviously that's embarrassing for her, and I, above anyone, know what it's like to not have full control of my body. But then yesterday, the family had lunch with everyone, and she started with her bullshit again and joked that my boyfriend is more of a nurse than a lover. I said that perhaps she needs a nurse so she stops pissing herself at night. That's just such a burn. That did not go over well. I know it's a mean thing to say, but I feel like it's justified low-key. My brother's fully on my side and had to keep himself from laughing his ass off. The rest of my family is not at all amused. From my perspective, I set a boundary which was ignored, so I matched her energy. What do you think, KJ?
I mean, I see where OP's coming from. I'm sure it's incredibly traumatic to have that physical sort of transition after what I presume maybe was an accident. I think sometimes people do have that sort of like curiosity though about like how everything works now. I think the way that her aunt went about and like continuing to ask about it was invasive.
Yes.
I have no idea how close they were, but I think you could kind of have like shouldered up woman to woman and maybe like crooned in her ear, even and you don't even have to like give her that many details, but kind of just like quieted her in like a sidebar way a little bit.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think her calling her aunt out, who cares at the end of the day? Like, I don't think that was that
No,
mean.
I thought that was hilarious and deserved. I think she's 18 years old. This is your niece. So how you're choosing to approach her in a social situation with other family members in front of her boyfriend, in front of the brother, everything is you're trying to embarrass her and ask her first of all, ew. Why are you asking your 18-year-old niece about her body and her sex life? First of all, gross. What the fuck is wrong with you? But it's doing it in these settings. She said she doesn't see her that often. So I'm going to bring that up. That wouldn't be okay. It doesn't matter if she's paralyzed or not, or none of that fucking matters. It's inappropriate. It's ridiculous. And she's obviously like either not aware or is trying to kind of be hurtful. She got a little taste of her own medicine.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's hilarious. And also it sounds like, so in this case too, it's like, this is an 18-year-old and then it's the aunt. It's the aunt's job to be more mature, more empathetic. Like, how about giving your niece some fucking love? How about trying to gas her up in front of everybody?
Completely.
Not saying, oh, your boyfriend is more of a nurse than a lover. Like, if I feel like that would make me rage if I heard somebody talk like that to anybody. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
That's so hurtful.
And if you're the aunt and you were actually coming from a place of advocacy and almost like sexual empowerment for like, maybe she's not as open about with her own mother. And so you want to be like the fun aunt who kind of like,
one-on-one.
Yeah, you talk one-on-one.
You don't bring it up in front of everyone. Like, are you an idiot?
Well, and it's kind of like when any of these dynamics, when people make those comments to you, you kind of can like cock your head a little bit and be like, are you rooting for me?
Right.
Like, are you rooting for me? I don't know how I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Like, we're blood, but like, are you rooting for me?
No.
Because you're coming at me in this like sideswipe of a way that really calls me into question.
I mean, I think it's very clear that she's not. You know, it feels like it's like you're coming into my house that I live in with my brother. And like, I hate that. And I also hate the whatever that nasty philosophy is of her trying to say like, oh, your care affects the whole family. And then she's saying, no, it doesn't. I'd be like, bitch, keep my name and my boyfriend's name out of your mouth. Okay? You can go back to your house and go piss all over your sheets. You come into my house, you piss on the bed, and then you try to embarrass me, honey, that's the a-hole.
I agree. Yeah. And it's always so weird, I feel like, with aunts and uncles. It's like their family of origin sibling dynamic to then carry over to like their interactions with you. But we kind of come as like the nieces and nephews. We're coming in blind.
Yes.
We don't know how it was for them when they all grew up.
Yeah.
So you kind of can catch the tail end of that. Yeah.
So then they just seem bizarre, which is what it sounds like this aunt is. But 100%, it's like, come, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, this is, but the family, like, I don't know, are they just all scared of the aunt? That, like, I don't understand how anyone would not be on OP's side. I can't imagine. I mean, I would have been with the brother, like, trying to not laugh. Actually, I don't think I would have tried to not laugh. I would have burst out laughing. And then, yeah, maybe I would have pissed myself in solidarity.
Yeah, maybe the aunt's just a little bit emotionally unstable.
Yeah. So, again, keep the OP's name out of your mouth. That's what I would say to that. All right, what do you got?
Okay, the next one. AITA for quitting a date on the spot. I'm 32 and it was my first date with a 27-year-old woman. It was dinner at a patio-style restaurant and it was going well.
Okay.
I didn't like that she put her phone on the table as soon as she arrived, but she wasn't checking it, so whatever.
Okay.
Issue was drinks and appetizers arrived and I moved her phone to give the waitress some space. The recording app was running and I reacted in shock. Why the fuck are you recording this? Then stood up, paid, and went home.
Whoa.
She is now calling me an asshole and abusive over social media.
What?
Her main points are that I left her there when we had previously talked about me giving her a ride back home after the date. And also rude as hell for raising my voice and using swear words, which, okay, I did, but it was a shocking experience and I really think it was a natural reaction. AITA.
Damn. Is the poster a woman?
A man.
Okay.
And then edit 1 to everyone asking, this happened in the greater LA area. I know California is a two-party consent state.
Wow.
In terms of recording.
I mean, this was a first date.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think that the poster is not an a-hole. I think that it makes a lot of sense why they would be very upset and feel very violated to have a date recording them without their consent. Also, why? Like, that would make me so paranoid and suspicious and bizarre. I mean, are they a spy? Are they a detective?
So in the comments, someone says, NTA, there is simply no good reason she could give why she recorded you.
Yeah.
And the original poster goes on. She said it is for safety.
Oh.
And then someone says, but she was willing to get into a car with someone she just met. That doesn't add up. And then OP goes, I guess she would also secretly record me on the ride home. But yes, it doesn't make much sense to me either.
Okay, so so that actually makes it even more clear. She's saying that she's doing it for safety. I don't know. I know that being a woman out in the dating world is a scary, scary thing, and I would never minimize that. But I think if you feel like you need to show up on a first date wearing a wire, maybe you need to have a little bit more. Maybe you should be doing group dates. Maybe you should be suggesting double dates with like a friend.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Because that is never going to feel good. That's never going to be okay. And you might meet your soulmate. This scary little lady might meet her soulmate, and then he's going to find out you did that, and it's going to ruin everything because that's scary. That's what people do when they're trying to bust somebody, you know, in some kind of kingpin. You know, you don't do that on like a first date. Like, you literally have somebody transcribing the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think you have a friend maybe sit nearby, or like a brother, cousin, if you're really that worried about it.
Right.
Because there's other people, when I was reading the comments, were popping off. They're like, it's kind of an illusion of safety. What does it really get you at the end of the day? So it's almost like now you're,
Nothing. It doesn't get you anything, but that's so scary. So it's like, are they a police officer? It's like anything you say and do will be used against you in a court of law. Like, what is their damage? What happened?
I feel like you could not pay me to listen back to audio recordings of first dates with people. You know?
Take me out back.
Do you think she go home and listen to it?
Take me out back. I can't think of anything more cringe except some of the
and then you finally like
had to do.
Are getting serious with someone, and kind of, as we have spoken about, like saving, you know, memorable first dates or those key features. You were like, I actually recorded our first date.
That's so cute. And then they put it in a little frame with a QR code. You can scan it, and then you get a whole audio transcript of your entire first date. And then you go over to her apartment for his first time.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, like, do you have like a towel I can borrow? Yeah, it's right over there. You go in the closet, you see the altar that she's created with the voodoo doll of you and all these other things. I would run for the hills. I would not respond to the person. Like, whatever they're posting, like, they're not well. I would stay away. not okay to like cuss someone out, but also not okay, but understandable.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
I think maybe he was just caught off guard, so he overreacted. Because I think there's a lot of ways that you could just quiet the situation,
Totally.
end it amicably, pay for it. I don't think you had to like make such a scene, but I think he must have just kind of been really caught off guard.
What the conversations were like, who knows? Because then it could have been all kinds of things. Yeah, if that happened, I'd be like, what, are you recording us? Oh, that's not okay. Delete that right now.
Yeah.
And you can, while you're in there, you can delete my number because I'm never going to fucking talk to you again. We'll just kind of get it done. Yeah, you're obviously going to have to like Uber home. Like, what a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is also from the Reddit thread, AITA. Am I the a-hole for telling my mother-in-law I don't want my daughter calling her mama? My mother-in-law has 2 grandkids, ages 3 and 5, to my sister-in-law, and they call her mama instead of grandma, nana, etc. I've always thought this would make me uncomfortable, and now I have a 7-month-old daughter. I cringe when my mother-in-law says, "Come to mama." Today, I built up the courage to tell her that I'm not comfortable with my daughter calling her that, as I am her mama. And often when babies say their first words, mama is one of them. She argued back, saying that my daughter can call her mum and mummy, and she is mama. I feel really disrespected because I thought my being uncomfortable would be all the justification needed. I feel as though she shouldn't be telling me what my daughter can call me. Am I the a-hole? She says because the other grandkids call her mama and that my daughter needs to too. I said I'm happy with any other special name, just not mama. All right, what do you think, mama?
God, this grandmother's such a diva.
Yes.
Right?
Diva with a capital D.
I mean, I understand, I think women in particular go through that sort of like age denialism when they become grandmothers, that like a lot of them want to think of a hip version of grandma that doesn't make them feel as old. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's so dramatic.
It's really weird. It's sad. I mean, there's so many things. It's sad that she's got, I guess, her daughter to agree to it, right? Because her daughter's been scared her whole life, so she has to agree to it. I mean, there's so many things about this that make me laugh, but it's just so bizarre, especially like her concerns of like, that's often one of the first words that people say. And then she's giving
how does she spell it?
M-A-M-A.
Okay.
So she's giving alts to her daughter-in-law saying, you can have your daughter call you mom, you can have your daughter call you mummy, but she's going to call me mama because I am married to my son. That is what it always comes back to. The moms want to be married to their sons. Literally, her dream is like, I had a baby with my own son. That's what it's
giving. I'm trying to think, I guess like if you're now 7 years old, would it be an issue? Like the 7-year-old calling the grandma mama?
Yes, that's bizarre. That's not okay. And it's also like, I don't know for a fact. I'm not a betting man, but I would bet that that this woman is white.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people now love like having different names. Nobody likes to do grandma and grandpa, right? Everybody wants to have their grandparents be called like pee-pee and poo-poo. It's just like nobody can just be normal.
That's what I've heard like before, like mama.
Right.
But like a paw almost. I forget.
Sure. Me mom.
Oh, yeah.
Mama.
Like I think a Southern thing.
Yeah, there's all kinds of alts on it, but like you, point blank, you don't get to decide what someone else's baby is going to call their own mother.
Yeah.
That's not your call. And the title of mom, mama, those are all taken. So why don't you come up with something else? Gigi. What's her first name? Barbara, Allison, whatever the hell it is, but not mom. It's so weird and it's so controlling and it's really scary.
Yeah.
It's giving a very scary energy of, your daughter is to call me mama because I am mama. And I'd be like, ooh, that it's just such a freaky energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it. And she's trying to get this.
I would say like
settled.
unless she's leaving you guys millions of dollars,
Right. Which they didn't say.
I would just kind of disregard her feedback.
Totally.
Yeah.
And just what? But what do you? But like, what is she gonna do? Keep the grandma away until the child is old enough that they verbally can make the distinction. It's like she's trying to insert herself so hard.
I think almost too the child comes to know the grandmother as like through her parents' references. So if you say like grandma so and so, we're gonna go see, and like intentionally in front of your mother-in-law, keep referring to her, to your child as whatever you want her to be called.
I think it's just like it's pointing out how weird it is by her refusing. And I think that is almost what is causing the rebellion, because she's already gotten the other people on board.
It seems like a little like Jane Fonda. What did I rewatch? Monster-in-Law recently? That sort of energy.
Yeah, exactly. If I was the poster, I might say to the grandma, I'd be like, you know what? You're right. I'm actually going to change my name to grandma. Or why don't you just assume my entire identity? You can jump in my skin suit and you can raise the baby. Or we can become a lesbian couple. And then you can be mama and I'll be mommy. That's the only time I've ever heard people use different terms, like different mom level terms. I'm so curious
what the existing the parents of the existing grandkids, like what their initial reaction was when this name thing went down.
Yeah, they were probably like, that's Hildy. Everyone just has to deal with it. She's probably just one of those classic difficult personalities, and nobody wants to rock the boat because nobody wants to be on her bad side. This is her good side. This witch grandmother. I'd be like, you're lucky I'm calling you anything, because I'm going to be calling you a cab so you can get the hell out of my house. Okay, do you have one more?
I have one more.
All right.
Okay. AITA for walking away from a house I have no equity or say in and stiffing my soon-to-be ex.
Oh.
Before we got married, my in-laws sat me down and explained that I was never going to be on any paperwork for the house they helped my fiancé purchase his wedding gift. They insisted on an ironclad prenup. I got a lawyer and made sure I was protected as well. After we got married, I contributed to the expenses of our household 50%. Mortgage and everything.
Okay.
It was a little more than I paid in rent and utilities, but I figured we were building a future together. I make a decent living as a welder, and I do not own a lot of stuff. I have a truck, a welding lid, a laptop, and some clothes.
What?
Before I met my wife, I lived at Airbnbs and all-inclusive resorts. I work 4 weeks on and get 2 weeks off. It didn't make sense to rent a house that could sit empty for a month at a time. I've helped my wife upgrade, renovate, and furnish the house. I'll give a simple example. We bought a very nice sectional. I paid for half up front by giving the money to my wife. She then bought it on her credit card to get the points. After that, it wasn't my problem anymore. I recently found out that she has been seeing her ex when I'm out of town. I do not play that game. I will never compete for a woman, and I do not forgive cheating. So last time I came home from work, I stayed at an Airbnb. I took the time to see a lawyer and initiate our divorce.
Damn.
When my time off was done, I went back to work. My next break is after the new year, and I will be going to an all-inclusive. Neither this last time or from now on did I or will I be giving her any money. The problem is that she didn't use the money I gave her to pay down the mortgage or her credit card bill. She blew it on other stuff. So now she's in a bind. My money made her lifestyle possible. By just leaving and not engaging, she is kind of screwed. But there is nothing there for me anymore. We don't even have a dog like I wanted because she would have to care for it while I was away. So all I left behind was a suit I only bought for a wedding, some gym clothes, and my dress shoes, once again for the wedding. She, her family, and her friends are all over me to help her during our divorce. I have no obligation to do so, though, and after our divorce, even less so. I can literally live out of my suitcase and my backpack. My only living expense beyond housing is long-term parking for my truck.
Oh my God.
Even my mom seems to think I'm screwing her over and punishing her too harshly. I personally can't believe my mom would take her side, but my parents' divorce is really antagonistic, and their inability to communicate led to both of them being much worse off than had they cooperated and ended things amicably. Am I the asshole?
Wow. Lot to unpack. Lot to unpack.
I guess so. I mean, what would you, if you in that situation, like, so she throws down for the house, you've kind of invested along the way. If things now end, like, do you feel like she should buy you out of the money you put in, or you just kind of have to walk away and say?
I think he's going to just have to walk away. I think that's kind of the move. I think she's lucky actually that he's not coming, because I mean, he could make an argument for that, right? So to me, he actually is making a pretty, I mean, this guy's very utilitarian. I mean, I have one suit, I have dress shoes, I have my car. When I am not working on the rig, I go to an all-inclusive. Like, this guy's like hyper independent. So I feel like he always had his bases covered. And then
am I watching like Landman here?
Yeah, he gets like welcomed into this family. Welcome, honey. So we have a house. You'll be able to live in it. You'll be expected to pay and earn your keep, but it's not your house, bitch. So don't get it twisted. And sign this ironclad prenup. I would feel nothing because the family made me do a ironclad prenup. So go ahead and run it. What are your feelings towards prenups?
Do you think they're anti-romantic?
I do not think they're romantic at all, but are
they anti-romance?
I don't know. I don't think they're romantic, but I think that they serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Anti-rom. What do you mean anti-romantic?
Like, I think a lot of, if a man broaches to a woman that he wants her to sign a prenup, I think a lot of times that can be there can be an emotional response. Like, you're already betting on our divorce. Yes. I think people can get very...
But she and her family are the one that approached him with the prenup. So that's why I'm like, you're clean. They made it very clear from the beginning, there's a way you can have a prenup and still not be like planning for your divorce. Yeah. I think like it would have been the right thing to do if they did a prenup. Then why are they not going to get the house for the couple? Like, if they're just giving them the money, right? It's like everyone's giving this daughter money. And then she's pissing it away. I don't feel bad for her at all. I don't feel bad of like he's paying her diligently. I have no doubt that on the 31st at 9 a.m. the payment is sent. Like, this guy is not slacking with that stuff. Yeah. So how I'm hearing it is he's gone half the time. He was never even like really fully welcomed into the family and put this huge big wall of the prenup and all that stuff, which is fine and has a time and a place. But then on the back end, don't be mad when he's dealing it like a business transaction. Great. Well, let me check what it says. Oh, I don't know you guys fucking anything. Have a good life. And you can dig your daughter out of her debt and the credit card stuff that she did. And she can live with herself for cheating on him. And she doesn't clearly care. I don't think he's an asshole at all.
No, I don't think so either. I think he could also like frame himself a little bit more hospitably, meaning that like, how long is the divorce going to take? I know divorce can go on for years, but let's say it's like a quick and dirty one. Like, they don't have any kids. Like, you know, the prenup is a prenup. Like, rather than now having her family and his family rag on him, he could still toss her money for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Is
that what the point of contention is? Yeah. Is it basically she secretly was misallocating the funds that he was providing for the mortgage in good faith, and he's not even on the mortgage, he's just paying her, and then she's using it for whatever the hell she wants, and now she is screwed over because of that? She screwed herself over
completely.
So,
but I think like he is kind of she's the one in the wrong, and he's not getting the benefit of the doubt from either family.
So he's supposed to give her a couple months rent?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. And then he can, that like as a higher road sort of energy.
Right. I truly don't even know the argument for what are they even saying bad about him? Like, what is he doing that is bad?
I think that he's just not.
That he's like not returning home at all?
Yeah, and not continuing to, I guess, like pay rent.
Okay.
While the divorce is being finalized.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think like what you're saying, okay, maybe throw like a couple months of a buffer or something like that. She doesn't deserve it. And why don't the parents just do it? And what was the point of the prenup? Yeah. The whole point is that then I don't have to negotiate with you on the back end. Okay, that's what you want? Great. I don't know. I think...
no, I'm with you there.
Yeah, I think that her, that's all on her. All right. This is from fully spelled out. Am I the a-hole? AITA for snapping at my uncle after he kept calling me a girl because of my hair. I'm 19, male, and I have long curly hair. I've been growing it out for a few years and I take care of it. I use conditioner and I have leave-ins and curl creams for when I need a little more styling as well. The brand I use has a little silhouette of a woman on it and is technically for women. Last week, my girlfriend had a really stressful week, so I cooked her dinner. My parents wouldn't be coming home till late, so I set up candles, wrote her a card, and tried to make it nice with flowers and stuff. As I was setting up, my uncle, 52, comes into the room. For context, he is bald and divorced and currently living with us. He looked around at the candles and said, "This looks like something a girl would set up." I didn't really respond, but he followed it with, "You do a lot of girly stuff for a guy." He then said, "With all that girly hair stuff too, you're really selling it." I told him to back off and he laughed and said, "Relax, don't be so sensitive." While I was setting up, he kept making small comments like, "Careful, don't break a nail," and would just randomly talk about the fact that I was cooking for her and how girly that was. And I kept telling him he was real funny and making it clear I was annoyed. It started really getting on my nerves, and I said, "Why the fuck would I take relationship advice from you? You're divorced and you can't talk about my hair when you're literally fucking bald." Sorry. He got all up in my face, got pissed immediately, and said that I crossed the line bringing up his divorce and that I was being disrespectful. And we both got in each other's faces, and he was saying some stuff about not disrespecting him, and he eventually left the kitchen. Later, my mom talked to me and said she gets why I was upset, but thinks I should apologize because he's already embarrassed about his situation, and I didn't need to make it personal. And that she didn't want us to have issues, and I'm starting to think maybe I crossed a line and went too deep. AITA. What do you think, KJ?
Well, it sounds like they're both hopeless romantics.
Stop.
I think maybe that's why the uncle was like revved up a little bit.
Oh, he was triggered.
Yeah. When you see like young love, it is so cute. And then I feel like life goes on and gets kind of complicated. So
tear down your nephew to build yourself up.
Completely. But I don't know. Maybe I think the mother, what she said kind of has some truth to me. And if I was the nephew, I kind of would almost like power play him a little bit by going up to him and just being like, "Hey, I'm sorry, like for snapping the other night. Like, I know you're going through a difficult period right now. Like, I'm always here if you want to talk."
I'm dead. I love imagining that conversation, like the maturity that would require, like an 18-year-old. I mean, if he could do that, that would be amazing.
But he's already getting ribbed on for like not breaking a nail, setting up like the stage with candles. He clearly is like, slightly emotionally involved for an 18-year-old.
I know. It's just making me, I'm just thinking of like myself at 18. Like if there was a situation like this, like there's no way that I would be apologizing. So you're right. Like they are involved, that they're even like aware of this. Like I'd probably sit down across my uncle and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry about the other night." And I probably would have gotten really upset too if I was bald and divorced. And that can't be easy. I mean, here you are living with me. I've got a hot girlfriend. I've got great hair.
It's true.
So yeah, I mean,
you could slip him like a turkey hair plug.
Oh,
pamphlet. So like I know a few friends who've started.
That's brutal. Or like a wig. I mean, like I think there's a way to make a joke about it. I think that could be kind of fun. It does seem like this guy like doesn't seem anywhere even in the same ballpark as like the aunt with the weird questions, and then she was like the aunt that was like pissing herself or whatever. This sounds more like they let it go a little bit too far. They both clearly hurt each other's feelings, and like they should make up for sure.
I think so.
It's not worth it, but I don't think that they're an a-hole for reacting that way. It's like, what do you think is going to happen when you are just negging someone over and over and over and over? He wanted a reaction. He wanted a reaction. That's what that's what this episode is actually about. That's what these threads are all about. It's not it's people want attention and people want reactions, and they don't know how to go about getting it. And the way to prevent it is like when somebody gives you a positive bid for attention. Oh, babe, look at that sign. Isn't it weird? Yes. Wow, that is weird. Just acknowledge people, validate that, make them feel seen. If you don't want to be, or keep it up. And then don't be surprised when your 18-year-old nephew points out you're bald, you're divorced, and you're living in my house, honey. And I got long, gorgeous locks, so I'm on OP's side all the way. Not the NTA.
Agreed.
I think that's the app.
Amazing.